Some of the environmental issues that Lauren just presented as part of the 1950s and 60s also serve as symbols in this story. The housing projects in Harlem were used as symbols of Harlem's decline and fall in this story. They're described like rocks in the middle of a boiling sea. This wording conjures up an image of the awful conditions of life inside the projects, a type of hell on earth per se. For example, rocks in a boiling sea could have the author relating to the projects as gigantic lifeless objects surrounded by gloom and despair. Jazz music plays a central role in identifying the characters and culture of Harlem in this story. The music symbolizes different things to the different characters in this story. Sonny's brother associates jazz music with a certain element of people who do drugs and have no moral concerns. Whereas for Sonny, the music represents a ray of light and escape. He loves playing it and listening to it. At the end of the story, music acts as the bridge to bring the two brothers together. When the narrator goes to see Sonny play, he learns something about his brother that he's never understood before. And he starts appreciating what being a musician is really all about. Another symbol in this story is the image of ice, as it symbolizes fear, dread, and unease. For instance, when the narrator first reads about Sonny's arrest, he describes his feelings in this way. A great block of ice got settled in my belly and kept melting there slowly all day long, while I taught my classes of algebra. It was a special kind of ice. It kept melting, sending trickles of ice water all up and down my veins, but it never got less. Ice is often associated with causing discomfort and coldness, and this is how the narrator felt after hearing about his brother's arrest. As the day progressed, he went from the feeling of discomfort to a hardening of his feelings towards Sonny. The consensus of our group for Sonny's Blues is a big thumbs up. Lynn liked the way the relationship between Sonny and his brother progressed through the story as they learned more about each other. She especially liked the ending, when the brother understood Sonny through his music, and that Sonny was able to communicate to his brother through his music. Lauren also gave the story a thumbs up. As for Belinda, it was the description of the characters that drew her attention into the story. With Baldwin's style of writing, the reader is propelled into each character's inner turmoil. An example from the story. He paused, looking hard at me as though his eyes would help me to understand, and then gestured helplessly, as though perhaps his hand would help. Baldwin's use of descriptive words stands out here as he portrays Sonny's feeling of hopelessness that his brother would never understand him. These are other aspects of the story that gave it a thumbs up for our group. It has all the ingredients of a good story: conflict, complication, climax, and conclusion. The conflict occurs when Sonny and his brother have their first argument about Sonny wanting to become a jazz musician right after their mother's funeral. We see one complication when Sonny moves into his brother's apartment after getting out of jail. This is a complication because they are both forced to face the conflicting relationship that they have while living under the same roof. The climax occurs when Sonny and his brother argue at the brother's house, letting everything out, and Sonny invites him to come hear him play. The conclusion of the story is when Sonny's brother sends him a drink after listening to him play. It implies that the two men will finally find peace in their relationship together. This is a story of feelings and emotions, about family turmoil, and how music brought this family back together. If this sounds like the type of story that you would like to read, then this is a story you won't want to miss out on. Thank you, and enjoy Sonny's Blues.